Welcome to the lecture for Unit 1 for ED 601. As it says in the syllabus, the readings for this unit are Chapter 1 in our Burke textbook, and they should be completed before the unit begins. In these recorded lectures, rather than read to you or ramble on, I will just highlight some of the main points in the reading. One main point out of the readings for this unit is to consider what a theory is. It's not just an idea, but an orderly, integrated set of statements that describes, predicts, or explains behavior. Not all theories hold water equally well. Here is a list of 7 criteria by which you can evaluate the credibility or use of a theory. This is from a previous textbook we used in ED 601, and this list of 7 ideas will help you decide how good a theory really is and help you understand why some theories have stayed around a long time and others have been critiqued or gone by the wayside or modified over time. The readings review the historical perspectives of developmental theories and ideas about human development, and they range from ideas from the medieval times and even before that up to more recent theories in the last century and last decades even. And it provides a nice illustration of how the theories have evolved and critiques that have been made about them, and it's interesting to think about what aspects of them we still hang on to today and have been supported. As we read the Burke textbook throughout the semester, you'll see a few themes repeat themselves over and over, and there are 3 main debates or issues in developmental theory that keep coming up that you'll hear about a lot. They're listed here. One is development a continuous or discontinuous process? Or do we develop in a spiraling or flowing way, or are there discrete stages to our development? The second debate or issue that comes up frequently is there one course of development or a universal course that we all follow, or can development go in many directions? And the third debate that I'm sure you're all quite familiar with is the basis of development nature or nurture? And there are tons of current examples in the media, in your practice, and just in the world around us that support both of these cases. And our textbook will support that by referring frequently to what it calls a balanced perspective. There's some truth to either side of each of these debates, and there really is no one right answer, but these are debates that have guided theory development over the centuries. Based on much consideration of these developments and a lot of research and theorizing over the centuries, development is now, in a modern way, seen as a lifelong process. It doesn't just happen when we're children and then we stagnate for the next few decades. It is also seen as multidimensional. It's complex, and the dimensions are interrelated. Development is also seen as quite plastic. Things can change and some things can regenerate over time. And it's also embedded in multiple contexts. And we as people are embedded in social contexts and cultures. And all this is understood now from the modern viewpoints about development. And our textbook does a nice job illustrating each of these viewpoints about development. There are lots of current examples and applications to help us understand why development is seen this way now. I actually really enjoy teaching statistics and research methods. However, our textbook crams all this into one chapter as a quick review for you and applies the information to development specifically. The readings for this unit do review these methods which are commonly used to study development. Correlational methods, which basically describe how variables relate to one another. Experimental methods, which try to determine how variables cause one another. Longitudinal studies that look at development or variables changing over time. And so do cross-sectional models. They look at variables and how they impact people or each other over time. However, they do it in a one-shot method. So it's a quicker way to do a longitudinal study, but it has its drawbacks because the convenience obviously has some implications for the validity of your findings. And another model that it talks about in the text is a sequential model. And there's a link here to a nice description of that if you're interested. It's very brief. Each of these methods has limitations and advantages. Some of the limitations are that they're time consuming or expensive to conduct, and some of the advantages are they're quick or they give you good results. So please read through these different models, and if you have any questions, address them in the forums or email me. Thanks. I'm striving to keep these lectures kind of brief and convenient this semester, and I'm succeeding in the brevity part. In each one, I will try to have a reflection for you to help you apply the readings to your practice in real life. Basically, after doing the readings for this unit, I'd like you to just think about how they relate to your practice as a teacher or a parent or as an adult in a relationship with another person, or in a context like your work. And just think about how these theories apply to or reflect the experience of the people around you, like your students. And also think about how your better understanding of these concepts in the readings can help you do a better job at understanding your students' needs and helping them reach their full potential. Obviously, the point of our course in development is to help people develop in a healthy and well-adjusted way. I hope you found the readings interesting and that this brief lecture guides you in focusing on the main points, and I will be in touch on our forum soon.